The relationship between Islamic finance principles and sustainability can be seen through their shared values and objectives. First, Islamic finance emphasizes justice and fairness in financial transactions. Similarly, sustainability promotes social equity by encouraging business to treat employees, customers, and communities fairly. Second, Islamic finance prohibits investment in harmful activities such as gambling, tobacco, and unethical businesses. In the same way, sustainability encourages responsible investments that minimize environmental and social harm. Third, Islam teaches the concept of Khalifah, which means humans are stewards of the earth. This principle encourages environmental protection and the responsible use of natural resources, which aligns closely with the environmental aspect of ESG. Islamic finance also promotes accountability and transparency through the concept of amanah, or trustworthiness. This supports good governance practices such as ethical leadership and anti-corruption measures. Finally, both Islamic finance and sustainability focus on long-term value creation rather than short-term profits. They encourage investments that generate sustainable economic growth while preserving social well-being and environmental resources for future generations. Therefore, both Islamic finance and sustainability emphasize intergenerational well-being by promoting investment that create lasting economic, social, and environmental benefits.
Now, I would like to explain the difference between conventional bond and sukuk. First, in terms of concept, conventional bond are debt-based instruments where investors lend money to user, while sukuk are asset-based instruments that represent ownership or beneficial interest in underlying asset. Second, regarding return to investor, conventional bondholder receive fixed interest payment, also known as coupon payment, while sukuk holder earn profit generated from performance of underlying asset or investment rather than interest. Third, in terms of Sharia compliance, conventional bonds are not required to follow Islamic principle and may involve interest or riba. However, sukuk must comply with Sharia principle which prohibit riba. Fourth, for the use of proceeds, fund raised through conventional bond can be used for any legal business activity. Meanwhile, fund raised through sukuk can only be used for Sharia compliance activity. And last, concerning ownership right, bondholder are considered creditor who lend money to the issuer, while sukuk holder have ownership right or interest in underlying asset. In conclusion, both conventional bond and sukuk are used to raise capital.
Welcome everyone. Today we are exploring how the Islamic capital market is leading a global shift toward a meaningful, value-based financing. While the world is currently pivoting toward environmental, social and governance or ESG standards, these values have been embedded in Islamic finance for centuries. The ethical core of these instruments lie in their asset-backed nature. Unlike a typical bond, which is a simply debt promise, a sukuk represents a genuine stake in a productive asset. This structure naturally prevents the excessive uncertainty or gharar that often leads to market instability. By strictly prohibiting riba and avoiding investment in harmful industries like gambling or tobacco, ESG and SRI sukuk provide a transparent and morally grounded alternative for modern investors who want their capital to do more than just generate profit. To understand these instruments, we must look at their specific strategic roles. ESG sukuk act as a rigorous management framework. They ensure that every financial decision accounts for environmental risk and fair governance. SRI sukuk, pioneered by Malaysia's 2014 framework, represent a bolder commitment to sustainable development. Green sukuk are the specialized engine for environmental change, specifically funding initiatives like renewable energy and eco-friendly infrastructure. However, a critical challenge we face is greenwashing, where projects claim to be eco-friendly but lack substance. This is why the characteristic of accountability and measurable outcomes are vital. It isn't enough to label a project green. We must provide evidence of tangible results, such as reduced carbon footprints or improve social welfare to maintain the integrity of the Islamic financial ecosystem. Ultimately, the success of these instruments is measured by their alignment with Maqasid al-Sharia, or the objective of Islamic law. This isn't just about following rules, it's about the preservation of life, wealth, and the environment. When we look at milestones like Malaysia's Startup Energy project in 2017, we see this in action. The world's first green sukuk, proving that Sharia principle can drive the transition to clean energy. By financing sectors like sustainable healthcare, education, and climate resilient housing, this could directly support the UN Sustainable Development Goals. They transform the investor from a passive lender into an active participant in global progress. As we move forward, the integration of Islamic ethics with ESG standards offers a powerful roadmap for a future that is not only profitable but also sustainable for the generations to come.
For my part, I will discuss the importance of Maqasid Al-Sharia in sustainable Islamic finance. Maqasid Al-Sharia refer to the objective of Islamic law, which aim to promote human welfare and prevent harm. The 5 main objectives are the protection of religion, life, intellect, lineage, and wealth. In the context of sustainable Islamic finance, Maqasid Al-Sharia serves as an ethical foundation that guides financial activities. It promotes justice, transparency, accountability, and responsible financial practice. This principle ensures that financial transactions not only generate profits, but also contribute to the well-being of society. Therefore, Maqasid Al-Sharia help Islamic finance achieve a balance between economic growth and social responsibility. Maqasid Al-Sharia is closely related to ESG and Sri Sukuk principle. From the environmental perspective, it encourages investment in environmental friendly projects such as renewable energy and green infrastructure. From the social perspective, it supports initiatives that improve education, healthcare, affordable housing, and poverty reduction. In terms of governance, Maqasid Al-Sharia promotes transparency, ethical conduct, and accountability in financial institutions. As a result, ESG and Sri Sukuk not only provide financial return, but also create positive social and environmental impacts. In conclusion, Maqasid Al-Sharia is the foundation of sustainable Islamic finance because it ensures that financial activity contribute to long-term economic, social, and environmental sustainability.
Now, let's look at where the funds from ESG and SRI Sukuk are used. ESG and SRI Sukuk are not just financial tools, they are used to finance projects that create positive environmental and social impacts while remaining Sharia compliant. These projects also support global goals such as the Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) and the Paris Climate Agreement. First, we have the environmental sector. Green sukuk are commonly used to finance renewable energy projects such as solar and wind energy. A major milestone was achieved in 2017 when Malaysia's Tadau Energy issued the world's first green sukuk to finance a large-scale solar project. Beyond renewable energy, these funds also support green buildings that meet environmental standards such as the Green Building Index, GBI. They are also used for sustainable transportation projects, including Malaysia's MRT network, which helps reduce carbon emissions and traffic congestion. In addition, ESG and SRI Sukuk support climate resilient initiatives that helps communities adapt to environmental challenges and climate change. On the social right, SRI Sukuk finance healthcare facilities, educational institutions, and social welfare programs that improve the quality of life for communities. What makes these projects truly Islamic is their alignment with Maqasid Al-Sharia, which refers to the higher objective of Sharia. For example, financing healthcare helps protect human life, while investing in education helps develop and protect knowledge. Unlike conventional bonds, which mainly focus on interest-based returns, these sukuk ensure that the funds raised are linked to real and ethical assets that generate positive environmental and social outcomes. In conclusion, from Tadau Energy's solar project to hospitals, schools, and community development programs, ESG and SRI Sukuk demonstrates how Islamic finance can contribute to a more sustainable and responsible future.